Life aboard a nuclear submarine is an existence unlike anything on the surface. It's not just the confined quarters or the technical demands, it's the psychological weight that presses on every sailor. Imagine being submerged beneath the ocean, entirely cut off from sunlight for weeks or even months. There's no horizon, no natural light to track the passage of time. Days bleed into one another, and weeks can vanish without any external cues. The body's natural rhythms begin to distort, leaving fatigue as a constant companion. Sleep doesn't arrive easily, even during scheduled rest periods, and the low hum and vibration of the machinery seems to seep into every bone, making rest a persistent challenge. Isolation runs deeper than the lack of daylight. Submariners cannot reach out to loved ones freely. Messages from home are filtered through monitored channels, and sometimes weeks pass before a note reaches a sailor. Life events, births, deaths, weddings may occur without the crew knowing for days. Commanding officers must weigh the operational risks before surfacing, just to allow communication. While mental health is taken seriously, the combination of confinement, responsibility, and distance from the world above creates an environment where anxiety, depression, and emotional fatigue are constant threats. The Navy carefully screens every prospective submariner for mental resilience, but even the toughest individuals can find life underwater taxing. There's an old saying among crews: the boat exposes your weaknesses. Claustrophobia, irritability, or the cumulative stress of long missions can intensify inside the steel walls. Over time, the vessel can feel less like a machine and more like a pressure cooker, both literally and figuratively, as the immense weight of the surrounding water presses in and the demands of duty pile on relentlessly. Physical challenges are just as unyielding. Submarines generate oxygen through complex machinery, meaning a single system failure could quickly become catastrophic. Air quality is monitored constantly, with carbon dioxide scrubbers ensuring survival, yet the atmosphere remains far from what one would experience above water. Headaches, lethargy, and fatigue are everyday realities. Sunlight deprivation prevents natural vitamin D absorption, and exercise is confined to a tiny room barely large enough for a treadmill or stationary bike. Fitness is not merely a preference, it is essential for survival. In emergencies, sailors might need to lift heavy equipment, assist injured shipmates, or navigate hatches in seconds. Physical readiness is not optional. It can literally save lives. Hygiene aboard the vessel is a constant negotiation. Fresh water comes from onboard desalination systems, but is strictly rationed. Showers are short and often cold. Personal space is virtually non-existent. Every odor is amplified in the recycled air, making the close quarters even more challenging. Conflicts are rare but inevitable, and discipline is rigorous because a single mistake can endanger the entire crew. Yet despite these pressures, camaraderie is one of the defining aspects of life underwater. Shared hardships forge bonds that are immediate and enduring. Trust is essential. Every individual is trained in emergency response, damage control, and survival procedure. When fire erupts, a compartment floods, or the reactor malfunctions, every second matters, and coordination can be the difference between life and death. The perils submariners face are tangible, not hypothetical. Operating beneath the ocean's surface means contending with extreme pressures. At classified depths, the surrounding water exerts forces capable of crushing steel. A single leak, overlooked maintenance, or miscalculated maneuver could quickly become fatal. Fires are particularly dangerous because smoke travels fast in confined spaces, turning a small blaze into a life-threatening situation within moments. Flooding poses equally grave risks, leaving almost no margin for error. This reality is why drills are incessant and training is rigorous. Alarms can sound unexpectedly, demanding instant response to isolate hazards, seal compartments, and contain damage. There is no external emergency support waiting. The crew is alone, and they understand the stakes. Stealth is another constant priority. Submarines are engineered for silence, yet they remain vulnerable. Rival nations are advancing rapidly, and the oceans are increasingly contested. Crews engage in an invisible chess match, tracking adversaries while striving to remain undetected. Even a single ping from enemy sonar can be disastrous. Silence is not merely a tactic, it is a survival mechanism. Machinery is muffled, crew movement is measured, and conversations are carefully moderated. Operating quietly in this hidden world demands patience, precision, and nerves of steel. Amid these pressures, sailors often report that life on a submarine is one of the most fulfilling experiences possible. Mastering such a constrained, high-stakes environment fosters immense pride. Training is grueling, missions are classified, and the consequences of error are high. Living and operating beneath the waves, where every action carries weight, instills a sense of purpose difficult to find elsewhere. When the vessel finally surfaces and sunlight floods the control room, sailors emerge, transformed, more disciplined, more resilient, and bound by a deep camaraderie with their shipmates. The rhythm of submarine life is unlike any other. Without sunlight to structure days or waves to mark time, the crew adheres strictly to the vessel's schedule, typically 6 hours on duty, 12 hours off, cycling relentlessly. What might appear mundane from the surface becomes the lifeline of survival below. Every task, from monitoring gauges to performing emergency drills, is executed with meticulous timing. This structure ensures that the vessel remains operational and the crew ready for any eventuality. It also forms a psychological anchor, helping sailors maintain focus amid disorienting isolation. Emergencies in a submarine demand split-second precision. When alarms blare, the crew moves with practiced efficiency. Fires must be contained before smoke fills a compartment. Flooding must be halted before it spreads uncontrollably. Reactor issues must be managed immediately to prevent catastrophe. There is no external assistance, no rescue helicopters, no nearby fire crews. Every sailor must perform their role flawlessly, often under intense stress and in complete isolation. One misstep can have catastrophic consequences, and that awareness sharpens every decision, every movement, every breath. The confined corridors magnify every danger. A malfunctioning valve, a minor electrical fault, or even a miscommunicated command can escalate into a full-blown crisis. In these moments, teamwork and trust are non-negotiable. Each crew member knows precisely how to respond because drills have prepared them for every conceivable scenario. The tension is constant, the stakes are life or death, yet the crew operates with an almost calm determination, the product of countless hours of training and experience. The submarine becomes a single organism, every individual functioning as an essential part of its survival. At the same time, the psychological pressures peak. Isolation, relentless schedules, and the omnipresent awareness of danger weigh heavily on everyone. Even seasoned submariners must fight fatigue, anxiety, and mental strain. The confined environment, with its recycled air and constant hum of machinery, can wear on the mind as much as on the body. Sailors rely on each other, offering quiet support and subtle reassurance, reinforcing bonds forged through shared hardship. This human connection is as crucial as any mechanical system on board. Operational stealth amplifies the intensity. While managing crises, the crew must remain undetectable. Enemy sonar or surveillance can turn a manageable emergency into a perilous confrontation. Silence becomes absolute. Movements are calculated. Conversations are hushed. Every mechanical noise is scrutinized. The pressure of being both operationally effective and undetected creates a tension unique to submarine warfare, a pressure that tests both skill and nerve to their limits. The peak of this life comes in the knowledge that every routine and every drill is not just training but a rehearsal for real danger. Every second counts. The sense of responsibility is profound. The lives of hundreds, the success of the mission, and the security of the nation rest on the crew's ability to perform flawlessly. It is in these high-stakes moments that submariners experience the full weight of their commitment, the intensity of their environment, and the critical importance of precision, trust, and resilience. When the immediate crisis passes, the crew finally allows themselves to breathe, but the tension doesn't fully dissipate. Lessons linger in every mind, and every drill or emergency leaves a lasting imprint. Submariners reflect on the fragility of their environment, the importance of teamwork, and the immense responsibility they carry beneath the waves. These reflections are quiet, often internal, shared in subtle ways, a nod in the control room, a brief conversation in the mess, or a silent glance between watchmates. The experience fosters a deep appreciation for the trust placed in each individual and the reliance on every system functioning perfectly. Over time, submariners develop an acute awareness of their own strengths and limitations. They learn patience, resilience, and the capacity to remain calm under intense pressure. The routines, the drills, and the unrelenting pace of life aboard the vessel cultivate a sense of discipline that extends beyond the submarine itself. Every sailor understands that while technology is critical, it is human skill and judgment that ultimately determine the safety and success of a mission. This perspective shapes their approach to both work and life, instilling values of responsibility, vigilance, and adaptability that endure long after they leave the sub. Camaraderie emerges as one of the most profound outcomes of life under the sea. The shared hardships, confined spaces, and constant reliance on one another forge bonds that few other environments can replicate. Sailors develop a mutual respect and understanding born from living in extreme conditions. These relationships provide emotional support and stability, helping individuals cope with the pressures of long deployments, isolation, and the unique dangers inherent to submarine service. The sense of belonging to a cohesive, highly skilled unit becomes a defining aspect of their experience, offering reassurance and purpose amid uncertainty. As missions conclude and the submarine surfaces, there is a quiet satisfaction in the completion of another successful deployment. The return to port, though understated, carries profound meaning. Sailors emerge into sunlight after weeks or months below, carrying the pride of having maintained operational readiness, navigated challenges, and ensured the safety of their vessel and crew. These moments reinforce the sense of accomplishment that comes from mastering a highly demanding and dangerous environment. The experience solidifies both professional pride and personal growth, leaving an enduring imprint on all who serve. Reflection extends to the understanding of the submarine's broader role. Sailors recognize that their work contributes to strategic stability, national defense, and global security, often without public acknowledgement. Operating silently, effectively, and under immense pressure, they ensure that critical missions succeed, deterrence remains credible, and intelligence is gathered without exposure. This awareness instills a sense of purpose and responsibility, connecting the immediate challenges of daily life aboard the submarine to the larger objectives of national and global importance. Life under the waves also teaches adaptability and resourcefulness. Every unexpected event, from mechanical failures to environmental hazards, requires immediate assessment, decisive action, and creative problem solving. Sailors develop a confidence in their abilities, knowing that their training, experience, and teamwork can overcome almost any obstacle. This adaptability is crucial for survival and mission success, and it reinforces the importance of vigilance, preparation, and skill. In the confined, high-pressure environment of the submarine, these qualities are constantly honed and tested. Ultimately, the experience of life aboard a submarine leaves sailors with a profound understanding of both themselves and the people around them. They gain insights into human endurance, the value of trust and collaboration, and the necessity of maintaining composure under relentless pressure. The environment fosters a deep sense of responsibility, resilience, and dedication that defines their service and shapes their character. The lessons learned beneath the waves are not easily forgotten. They become a part of who they are, influencing their actions, decisions, and relationships long after the submarine's hatch is closed behind them. In the end, life aboard a nuclear submarine is a unique, all-encompassing experience, one that few on the surface will ever truly understand. It is defined by isolation, intensity, and the constant presence of risk, yet it is also marked by extraordinary human skill, discipline, and camaraderie. Every sailor who serves beneath the waves carries with them the knowledge that their work is both critical and largely unseen. Yet it is essential to national security and the safety of millions. The submarine itself becomes more than a vessel. It is a living, breathing ecosystem of coordination and human effort. Every compartment, every piece of machinery, every protocol exists for a reason, and every sailor contributes to the smooth operation of this complex system. Life under the ocean's surface cultivates resilience, adaptability, and a profound sense of purpose. Sailors learn to balance routine with unpredictability, precision with flexibility, and vigilance with trust. These qualities shape not only their professional capabilities, but also their personal growth. Returning to port offers brief respite, a moment to reconnect with the outside world, and an opportunity to reflect on the intense experience of deployment. Sailors emerge stronger, more disciplined, and bonded to their crew in ways that only life under extreme conditions can create. The lessons learned, the necessity of teamwork, the importance of preparation, and the power of human endurance remain long after the submarine dives again, or the mission concludes. Looking forward, submarines will continue to play an indispensable role in global defense and strategic deterrence. With technological advances in stealth, endurance, and weaponry, modern submarines are more capable than ever. But it is still the crew, the highly trained, disciplined, and resilient sailors who ensure their effectiveness. Their work, conducted in silence beneath the waves, safeguards lives, protects nations, and maintains a delicate balance in a world where threats are constant and unseen. For those who embrace the challenge, life aboard a submarine is not merely a job, it is a calling. It demands mental fortitude, physical stamina, and unwavering commitment. But it also offers profound reward. The knowledge that their efforts matter, the pride in mastering a uniquely demanding environment, and the bonds forged in shared adversity. Every watch, every drill, every quiet moment in the control room contributes to a mission that transcends individual ambition, a mission that safeguards a far-reaching, unseen world above. Ultimately, submariners live in a realm of contrasts: silence and danger, isolation and camaraderie, monotony and sudden intensity. Yet within these extremes lies a rare and extraordinary life. It is a life of discipline, courage, and precision, of trust, adaptability, and endurance, of purpose, pride, and connection. Those who serve beneath the waves emerge changed, carrying with them not only the memories of their missions, but also the skills, resilience, and perspective gained from living and working in one of the most demanding environments on Earth. Life aboard a nuclear submarine, 0 feet below the surface, is a profound testament to human endurance, teamwork, and courage, a world unseen by most, yet vital to all.